At that time, they had the professor, Jimmy the plumber, Joe Bragan. They had quite a few guys in wetsuits. I would swim out to the rocks in the late afternoons, and I would get out on a rock, and at that time the fish would show up in front of me. I'd be banging fish every cast, and all the people can do was look at me. And if they came out, they were casting behind me, hit me with plugs and all of this. But I had fish, lots of fish. And that's where I established my reputation. Because I was finding fish, I was getting out there, I was swimming every damn rock I could see. You know. And that's what the guys were, they accepted me because they saw I was very serious about fishing. And these guys were tough competition. And I had to work hard to prove to these guys that I can hold my own.
I figured out ways to get on Weakfish Rock that Joe hadn't figured out. And I remember one night he swam out there, he's like, I can't believe you're out here already. And it's like, oh wow, I beat Joe.
Joe and I had an understanding. If he goes out early and gets the rock, you know, and I don't have to go out there right away. We had the rock. We had the rock for the rest of the night, day and night.
Weakfish Rock was a fight. Jack and I dominated that rock for a lot of years, but we had to work awfully hard at it. We had to go out earlier, and both of us really had a knack about finding the rock at high water. And a lot of the other guys wouldn't go out at high water. You know, they would wait till there was a little wash from it or something. So if they wanted it, they earned it, you know.
There was tough competition. There's only a few choice rocks. And it seems like everybody wanted that one rock, especially Weakfish Rock.
Weakfish Rock was always hard to get to. When I was in waders, one day at low tide with a flat calm water, I was able to make it with waders.
You'd go out in a lineup and stuff, and you know, nobody would let you in between. You had to go on the end and stuff like that. But I never had any real arguments with anybody or anything. But you know, people got fish, they'd keep it to themselves. You know, you have to do that, otherwise you go back the next day and you can't get into the spot, you know.
I just was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Even with the corkers and the big rods, I thought, you know, I fished every single night, but I didn't fish Montauk. You know, I was just starting to fish Montauk. So the first time I saw a guy in a wetsuit and with all this gear, I thought, I'm a cocky kid. I'm like, you know, 19, 18, something like that, whatever I was. And I'm like, these guys don't know what the hell they're doing. That's what I was thinking. These guys don't know what the hell they're doing.
You got out further, you could push out further into the moving water. And you didn't have to worry about, you know, getting wet. You got wet anyway, but you were comfortable wet, you know.
I think Jack Freck, to my knowledge, was one of the first. I hear conflicting stories that someone else was, but the first one I ever saw in a wetsuit was Jack Freck and Whitey and Willie Young and the fellas from High Hill.
The first guy I ever saw was the professor.
I guess that was Jack Frick. I understand it was the Sheridan brothers said that they were fished in wetsuits before him, but Jack Frick was the first guy that I ever saw.